recharge the old batteries. We've got a bigger problem really.
Cut your battens nice and tight.
Will be El Solid. Literally squirting out like a water fountain. And it is absolutely pissing down. Yes, I did say a cat flap. So. Right, what's up guys? We're over Tuesday now after the bank holiday. 3 days off and I'm absolutely raring to go. Recharge the old batteries. Woo! Just been having a suss out. This screed is absolutely soft as you like, so we're going to be digging it up and then relaying it tomorrow hopefully. Right guys, this screed is literally, I don't know why it's so soft. I think it's just been not mixed too clever. It's really sandy, so that's why it's so soft. It's about 45mm, just checking it from over there. And it's unbonded, which should normally be fine, but it's just lifting off for some reason. Also notice we've got an issue with the heating pipes in here, soaking wet. So we've got a bigger problem really. Just about to put some battens in around this steel, just to take the plasterboard. So all you want to do is cut your battens nice and tight, mark them out every 400, come off of that wall 2-4, and then you'll get a full board in there then. Just had a bit of lunch. Gonna crack on now. I need to board underneath that steel because we've got the flat plate and the bolt. We need to lower it by 25mm. So I've got this EB25, which is like a premium adhesive. It's a bit like CT1. Measure the width of the steel, 150mm, and then every 400, where I've got these noggins, I'm going to stick a batten on with that. It's not structural, it's only to hold the plasterboard, so that will be El Solid. Right, we're pretty much done. Uncovered a few dramas. Obviously we've boxed around the steel, no dramas at all. In the pink ball, which is the fire line. So we'll take a couple of pictures of that, get that sent off to building control. Would have liked to have sat it in there flush like the previous jobs, but budget dependent on this one. We found a historical leak in the floor. I've got a video on my phone, I'll show you. There's about 4 or 5 pinholes and it's literally squirting out like a water fountain. The customers have reported a leak, well, an issue with the boiler, keeps losing pressure with British gas. Turns out there's a leak where it's been encased. I don't know what they call this, that fleecy stuff with the plastic in it. And screed, it's kept it in. So it's just been a slow leak, but now we've took the screed out, pressurised the boiler, and bang, it's all coming out. So I had to cut it right off back here. I'm going to go and fit it up again now, and then see how we get on. Tyler's on his way, Mark, to have a look at this screed. Potentially going to have to rip it all up, because it is about 30-40mm, and it's hollow and unbonded. So need to be spot on with this as we're tiling. So that's us for today. Catch you tomorrow. Morning guys, how we doing? I hope you're well. Wednesday morning, we're over the billericay kitchen renovation project. This morning we've just took the other half of this screed up. What we've done, we've cut on that door threshold, and the driving force behind that was the screed is quite sandy, it's quite soft, it breaks away very easily, it sounded very hollow. It potentially would have been okay, but when I run the laser around, check the floor heights, because we're going to tile that hallway right through into this kitchen area and into the utility room. We've got a 30mm difference in height from that doorway to that doorway, and basically the screed dived up from less than a metre away, it went up 20mm. So we don't want any noticeable level changes. So that was probably the main driving force. So we've decided we had a conversation with the client yesterday, pinged over a cost to take the screed up and relay it. It's a little bit thin in areas, probably 35mm. So what that because we're coming up 25mm on this side, 25-30mm, all the low spots or the high spots, the low spots of screed, that 30mm will then increase to around 50. So this is where we really want to be. I've just rigged up a temporary washing machine supply for the customer. So I've just put a washing machine fitting on the cold feed. We've got the waste pipe there for the sink anyway, so just poke the waste in and then the customer can carry on with their day-to-day duties. So another afternoon of dramas really. We was done by 9:45, fill up the heating system and then get over to Margaretting, filled it up, wasn't holding pressure, Chris shouted up, we got a leak. Nowhere near where we've been working today. We left all that screed down in the hallway, and right by the front door there's a little pinhole in the screed and water's mushrooming out of that. So we've had to stay the rest of the day because it's an occupied house, got to get the heating, the hot water back on today. So we've exposed all the copper pipes, put a little bit of water back in, give it a little bit of pressure, and we've got that pinhole in scenario again. Obviously it's a historical leak, it's no one's fault, but it's a problem that needs to be rectified. We have had a touch that we found it now, because that probably wouldn't have got noticed. Tiling would have gone down, and then we'd have had a huge problem there. Issues are lead times now. We've only allocated James out to do the first fix, second fix of the kitchen. He's booked up for the next 2 weeks. Screeders are 3 weeks, so yeah. What do you do, eh? Right, what's up guys? How are you all doing? Hope you're well. We're just finishing off over the kitchen diner project in Billericay. Because the water pipes are knackered, it's all gone out the window. Obviously we only allocated a certain amount of time for James the plumber, so he's struggling to get back, which means I can't do the screeding, which means I'm putting the plasterers in front of the screeders. So he had a slot available Friday and Saturday, get in here, a crew of them and get it done. So I basically bit his hand off and said, yes, let's go with that, let's keep the job moving, customer's happy with that. So we had to come here today and just do all the prep work, get the last bit of tiles off, get the boarding finished, little bits of wallpaper stripped off, little bits and pieces like that. There's a little bit of a stud wall under the stairs that was getting blocked in. That's all done. I'll get James in next week, midweek, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I'll have to wait 2 weeks for a plasterer. So doing it this way round, you need to be able to be flexible, and you need to make your clients aware of this at the start, so there's no shocks. I'm just going to give him a ring, the client, before we leave, and just check which walls he wants done. Look, Sparky's ringing me now. Hello mate. No dramas. Yes, Cole, was you did Ovington, didn't you, with Kieran the other day? You know the one at Queen's Park, the kitchen one? Yeah, so as you go through into the utility room and go into matey's office there, down in the corner there's a little double socket with there's a cable coming out and there's a light switch, but nothing's been cut out. I've got the plasters in tomorrow. What we're doing with that? Alright mate, Christy. Thanks for phoning mate, see you soon, bye. Right, what's up guys? Friday morning, it is absolutely pissing down. So once again, the old schedule's gone out the window. Plasters went to Ramsden to do the render. 2 of them, left 1 there to carry on inside because it's raining. Dan's come over here, he's going to finish off this archway wall today. Got a few little bits to tick off the list, little bits and bobs, one of which is installing a cat flap. Yes, I did say a cat flap, so bit of a new one to us. Usually you would do this when you do the brickwork, just leave a nice little square opening. We're going to retrofit it, so I've gone through the location with the client. This is where it's going, so I've just marked it out because you've got face brick. If you drill from the inside out, it's going to blow the bricks to pieces. So mark the centre of the hole from inside. I drilled out with an SDS, nice big long one, and that's my reference points for marking the outside. So I've tried to adjust it to the brick courses, but because it's a Flemish, it's not going to work. So I've just basically gone as best I can and then stitch around it with a little 6mm, I think, or 5mm first, so it don't slide about on the bricks, and then just increase the diameter of the SDS just so it gets bigger. Now I've got several holes. I've got a hammer and bolster. I think the break will be too aggressive because I'm near that reveal, so I just want to do it lightly. Once I get a little bit of an opening, I should be fine. I'm just going to go inside now and just multi-tool around the plasterboard because we've got insulated board. Because I've got the plaster here, I want to keep that nice and neat. I don't want that. Right, there you have it. Absolutely knackered doing that, to be honest with you. I'm doing it by hand, but like I say, I think the break will be too aggressive and I'm able to get it semi-neat in there. So. Right, it's Friday. What does that mean? It's the end of the week. We get to go home and do nothing. Wait until Monday so we can go back to work and do it all again. We're done ski. Good day today. Bit of a tricky day, to be honest with you. We've not done one of these ventilated extractors inbuilt with the hob. So yeah, a little bit of messing about without the instructions manual, just putting it all together. Once you've done it, it all goes in and it's actually relatively easy. Just getting your head around it. So I've had to adapt the kitchen slightly to house it. So that's all done. We've done a dry run, that's going to connect up lovely. I've got all a few fittings online. It's actually a 150 ducting. It's not your sort of off the shelf 100mm. The sink's in. Put our battens in underneath it, just show you. So a couple of battens in there just to hold the sink up to the height, because it's an undermount sink. When they install the quartz
what they'll do is resin it or silicone it on top, and then that's all ready to go. When you do it on them bits of batten there, there's a bit of play in it as well, you know what I mean? They can move it where they've got to move it. So make sure you do your cutouts bigger than what you need on the frame, and then they can set that in place. This wall's been plastered. Dan's come in and done the last wall all around the archway there, so as you can see, looks stunning. That money well spent there, to be honest with you. This was an original feature that was kept, which I think, although we've gone ultra modern, I think this is quite nice. It's quite a nice feature to keep. This building was an old stable years and years ago, so to retain a little feature like that, I think is really nice. Hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe and comment down below. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you Monday.